not enough. I heard somebody yell at me in the stands, which is, you know you're standing up when you got a fan yelling, bend your knees. It's good to be back wrestling. It's not good to come out and lose. It is not in this environment. I mean, I live right down the street. I'm like it's my neighborhood. So I pretty much had a guy fly overseas and done the big, the flight over the pond and deal with that. And kick my own butt in my own town, really. So that's kind of what I'm looking at. It's embarrassing, but at the same time is you got to take from it and move forward and getting back and wrestling and dealing with some of the things I've been dealing with to get healthy. And that's a chore right now where I'm at, and I know the direction I'm going. I know there's positives to look ahead, and I just stay there. My mind stays that course. Right?
That's your first match since the trials. I mean, could you feel that a little bit? A little bit of rest.
I learn something every time I'm out, and it just reiterates that I am not doing enough on my feet. And even when I am, and you can kind of see me a little bit, get a little sloppy, but I'm pressured into them. I have offense off that, and instead of feeling sloppy, like sometimes I feel sloppy and I allow myself to come out a little bit, I just got to continue that momentum through a guy because he's feeling worse than I am. But that's kind of what I took from it. But that's the way it goes.
You're getting to your attacks a lot. I mean, that's got to be a positive for you. A couple times you just couldn't quite finish. You feel like you're getting to your offense a little bit more?
Not where I need to be. Not deep enough. The good thing about it is I'm hitting good holds and I'm getting the guy reacting, and I'm coming out is the bad thing. I got to hit the hold and I hit it again, and I hit 2-3 holds that were in close. But if I can put all three of them together, if I hit the one I don't get it but it's close, I come back to that other one in that chain wrestling, continue those combinations, then you have something. Hitting and stopping, it is not going to get you anywhere against these better wrestlers.
How about the bear hug in the last 10 seconds? Did you feel like you were close to being able to do something with that?
I did. I was going to come up with it, and he turned hard, and I had to keep my hips underneath me. There's just no excuses in there. There is a sore position on me, and I can't. I was just trying to walk underneath, and it wasn't going that way, and I went forward to the tripod, and we kind of crumbled to the mat, and I didn't hold up as well as I should have in the position. Yeah, if I could have got strong, came through, there's something, but he kind of threw that arm over and whatever you want, a free armed out type motion. I didn't get it. So
what was this like for you to compete in an environment with this many people in your corner?
I love it. Literally, it's kind of funny, but I know my family and friends that are out there. It just kills me because I have neighbors that I move out into the country. We know each other from you live down the road here. They're all here. A guy that helps me work on a tractor that I met, close friend of mine now, but he came up after working on tractors all day out in the field farming. He came up it means a lot because I know there's people out there that came up here that don't know a whole lot about freestyle, but they know me and they're here to support it, and I couldn't give them a better show than I did. And that's where I'm trying to be a straight face right now, but it's killing me inside just because it's a way. There's money on the line, not that it's about that, but it is because I happen to know the people that donate the money, and they're close people, and they didn't want to give it to a Russian, they wanted to give it to us, and that's our job, and I failed at my job, so it's back. We're back on the mat, but it's a tough pill to swallow right now. It's just dealing with losing. Nobody's. You get up, you get nervous for all these matches. You always do. If you weren't, then you shouldn't even be out here. But at the same time, you want to produce a victory, and I did. So now I got to deal with my own repercussions and what I is in my own fate, and I didn't get the job done.
Mike, you were on 2 straight world teams, Olympic team, second in the trials last year. You went to the Worlds and watched the tournament. How motivated are you going into this season? I know you felt like you really fell short last year.
I am. I feel motivated, feel good. That doesn't lack with me right now. It's just getting the repeated workouts in the competitions and putting it together. Put a string of victories together, put a string of good, healthy workouts together. It's no secret stepping on the mat. I wrestled 4 times, and that's no excuse. I chose to wrestle here knowing dang well that I was going to step on the mat and win the match, period. And I did. But at the same time, an ideal situation, a perfect world is staying healthy, training, your cycle every week, in and out every single week for, the period of time. You peak at the right time. But you know what? I say that to you because we're dreaming right now, but it's never going to happen. It doesn't happen that way because you're always dealt with blows and you have to deal with adversity with it. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. Maybe I'm talking to our team right now, actually. I'm going off track. But we all have to deal with adversity when you've dealt with blows and things that you didn't have planned out for you. It's a path that is, if you believe in a higher power that he chose for you, and you have to withhold it, you got to withstand it and move on and deal with the cards you were dealt.
Schwab was saying that the Russians give you a different feel when you wrestle them. Can you describe what it's like, the difference between them and wrestling guys from other countries?
Yeah, they're really good position. They hang, they hold great position, and they strike. And then they go right back into that shell where they're in good position, and they're not very vulnerable unless you just keep putting knots on their head and moving them everywhere. And they do fatigue, they do get tired, and when people's mind and body gets tired, they can't control themselves. They make bad decisions and put themselves in bad positions. The feel they give you, though, is, Americans generally whistle blows. We get after each other. But sometimes the not so good ones, they just get out there and are hyper, but they don't know what the heck they're doing, and the next thing you know, they're off the mat. These guys, they just are real calm about it. Almost like it's whatever, man, and they step on the mat and but then they can explode and they can hold a great position. So I think it's just because they've been there and they kind of live those positions every day of their life. But